And we are live, brought to you by WSSEA Esports. It's a high school esports league in Washington State here specifically. We're going to be bringing you guys a Splatoon 3 matchup here between Fighting Irish from Odeya High School versus Lake Stevens High School, in other words, LS Splat 3 Purple. How are you feeling tonight, Spicy?
I'm feeling great, Neptune. This is one of the more hype matchups we've been looking at for the past few weeks, honestly. Odeya is undefeated at this point in the season, which is not easy at all. Lake Stevens also only has one loss, which I think was recent as well. So these two teams are some of the top when it comes to Washington State Splatoon 3. And so we're in for an absolutely electric matchup tonight.
Oh yeah, and speaking of electric, we gotta talk about our sponsor today as well. We want to give a huge shout out to Zotac Gaming for powering today's stream. Thanks for their incredible support. We're able to bring you all this broadcast and help showcase the amazing talent of Scholastic Esports. Let's show our appreciation for Zotac Gaming by giving them a shout out on social media. Make sure to join their community on Discord, and don't forget to use the hashtag powered by Zotac or hashtag ZotacUSA when you post online. Now, let's go back to this matchup here, Spicy. You are correct. According to my sources here, Odeya High School does have a 4-0 history currently in this season right so far here. Meanwhile, Lake Stevens recently lost to SHS Spoon Varsity as well, so they are currently 3-1 here, but it went to Game 5 as well, so it's going to be a clash of titans here.
I was going to say, yeah, and SHS is also undefeated, so knowing that Lake Stevens is going into this knowing they can go toe-to-toe with basically any team here. Odeya has been one of those teams that's been a consistent favorite throughout the entire season so far, and I'm not sure if this is maybe the first time we've seen him on stream, but I know we've seen Lake Stevens a couple of times, and we've seen some amazing gameplay from a lot of their players, so I'm expecting this matchup to be pretty close. If Lake Stevens went to Game 5 against an undefeated team last week, I could realistically see it go all the way here this week. So, and you never know, maybe the undefeated season's finally going to end for Odeya. Maybe they keep it alive. A lot on the line here, especially here in week 6.
Yeah, definitely. Just the outcome can go so many different ways. Oh wait, is this going to be the first set loss here from Odeya here? Just, is that going to happen here? Are we going to have a comeback here from Lake Stevens? Like, there's so many storylines and potential opportunities for this to go depending on how this matchup goes, right? And I'm expecting a lot of close games as well, because as we said before, a lot of talented players. I do want to give a shout out here to Puddles. Apparently they've been trying to make a name for themselves in the greater Splatoon community as well, and apparently they play a lot of Tri-Slosher as well, so I expect to see that coming out from Lake Stevens' side here, and I'm curious to see if they'll be used in Turf War, because I've been watching a little bit of gameplay of Turf War, like from Japan a little bit here, just seeing like their more historical Turf War tournaments, right? And Tri-Slosher is a pretty popular pick there, Spicy.
Yeah, and like it's really weird to connect back to like the Turf War meta, but Tri-Slosher has seen a lot of usage in Turf War, especially because of like it's more of a faster rate in terms of like the buckets, the slosher type of weapons. And another notable thing there is that depending on which kit you use, both of those kits are actually pretty usable. You have the vanilla Tri-Slosher having the Inkjet, which especially on certain maps, that gets a ton of value. The other one has the Tactical, which has historically defined Splatoon 3 for like the last year across all modes. And now going into Turf, I can't believe that. Did I actually just call Turf War mincemeat before we went live?
I think you called this before. We're looking at the map list here, right? And we're wondering, like, oh man, there's a lot of interesting picks here, but I don't expect anyone to go to Mincemeat Metalworks. And if people are unfamiliar with the maps in this game, Mincemeat Metalworks is seen as typically a a least favorable type of map here, to put it positively, Spicy.
I'm so curious to hear who won this coin flip, because at least in WSSEA, the first map is determined by whoever wins a coin flip, and then the mode is selected or is on a rotation each game each week. So we knew it was going to be Turf War. So I'm really curious who goes in thinking I want mincemeat Turf War, and like who has this comp ready for this, because interesting ways to play around it. Mincemeat is one of those maps where it can be kind of hard to move around because of a lot of the grates and the elevation. So I'm wondering how these teams are going to approach this map knowing that.
That information. Now, according to my sources, I've been saying it wrong. It's called O'Day High School. I am so sorry for all you guys that folks, but hey, we're going to correct it here. We're going to course correct. We see the teams locking in here. It is going to be Turf War Mincemeat starting us off here for game number 1. It is a best of 5, I believe, or best of 3, or first of 3. I thought
First of 3, yeah, best of 5.
First, yeah. For sure. All right, thank you for that, Spicy. We're locking in these weapons here. I see a Hydra Splatling?
You know what I was thinking about? The grates on Mincemeat are typically something where Splatlings tend to thrive, being able to just stand on there and just kind of dance around on the grates. I have a friend who's really fond of Hydra, especially on Mincemeat, for a really rare situation. But you're looking at a lot of weapons here, not typically the most common. I'm really looking at the Vanilla Splash-O-Matic, also the ZF Splat Charger from the side of Lake Stevens. Really interesting options so far, as both these teams playing carefully. You see the Crab Tank already out in play, a Booyah Bomb coming in from O'Day, and there's a lot of stuff going on so far, and only now have we seen the first picks of the game.
Yeah, blow for blow, special for special, and it feels like both these teams are trying to find a way to one-up each other. Obviously, coolers on both end here as well, so if a teammate does get picked up, wait, the Charger gets a double here, but the cooler respawns, they're going to make sure they come back really fast here. The Chargers from Lake Stevens here is putting in absolute work here, putting a lot of pressure in mid here. Tri-Strikes are online, and now it's a matter of using them effectively to just flush out the Hydra and their enemy spawn, Spicy.
Yeah, and I love seeing Javi on this Splat Charger, with the ZF Splat Charger in particular. Having those Tri-Strikes are so powerful in Turf War, and they have the tactical support as well as the Crab. You see a lot of great special coordination from the side of Lake Stevens, and this map is looking to be fairly even so far, leaning towards the Lake Stevens a bit for now, but in Turf War, anything can change, and there's one pick right now from the side of O'Day. We're going to try Zuka coming out as well, 2 down from the side of Lake Stevens. They're trying to find that third, and that's basically a delayed wipe at this point, as O'Day is starting to take a lot of coverage now in mid, and maybe see to get an advantage as you see the danger mark come up.
Oh yeah, the danger mark is up, but it's still early enough in the game. We all are aware of the Turf War moments. The last 30 seconds are definitely when it's going to come down to it here, but generally getting all this paint here, you get to charge up your specials, you get to get a lot of space here, you get to create a lot of fight, and come out on top if you are O'Day here, and already they are moving fast here. Tactical is already online, so they're likely looking to just grab a little bit more and get just a little bit more paint here as well, but the last minute is here, Spicy.
Yeah, and the last minute is where things really start to matter. You see the Tri-Strikes coming out from the side of Lake Stevens. Their splash is going to be going down here, and they watch this bucket trying to see what they're able to do, and try doing amazing work so far from the side of Lake Stevens. 2 down from the side of O'Day, and now the tides have started to turn as Lake Stevens with this tactical are really starting to go in.
Oh yeah, for sure. Tactical is the go button here, and they are definitely painting into their heart's content here. With another member going down here, they are uncontested and just trying to get every little bit of paint here. Last 30 seconds are coming in here. Now you got to make sure you live and you get as much paint as possible, but no, the Hydra Splatlings looking for this Tri-Slosher, Spicy.
Yo, and these last 15 seconds are absolutely critical at this point. You see a member on the side of Lake Stevens be down, now a member of O'Day down. Those are the 2 ranged weapons, so it's all about this firepower. Who's going to win out this last final fight here? Who's going to get the last seconds of paint? It's very close to call at this point, as we are actually going to be not sure until we see this map.
Oh yeah, for sure. Judd is going to lock in these numbers along with Little Judd here. It looks very even here, but wait, it's going to be Lake Stevens coming out on top real quick here. Nail biter of a set right there, especially with the weapon picks as well. They were just able to get the picks they needed, use the specials at the right time, and push in and get all that paint necessary for the win there, Spicy.
That's so true, and you saw Lake Stevens kind of with their back against the wall in like the midway point in the game, but really they were able to pull through there. And like one thing I really want to point out is the coordination we saw from Lake Stevens, especially when it comes to specials. We talk about it in multiple weeks where some of these teams are really good with the special usage, and you get so much value from being able to coordinate your specials, being able to have like the Crab Tank up, the Tri-Strikes, and everything there has been insane. We're watching Lake Stevens in the yellow there, the orangish with their team. They've just been doing super well so far, and it's been incredible to see, and some good momentum going into game 2.
Yeah, definitely. And something I want to mention here, Spicy, we do have some more sponsors here, and we do got to give them another shout out here. Let's give a shout out to LANFest. Thanks to LANFest for building healthy communities throughout gaming with 23 chapters across 18 states, over 150 events per year. Go to landfest.com, check out the Washington chapters, Infernal Land, and Emerald City LANFest to find an event you. And if there's one thing I always like doing around this time of year, it's gathering with family and or friends and at one of these LAN events. Always fun to go to one of these, Spicy.
Oh yeah, LAN events have been so good there, and we love to see how LANFest is really helping out. Washington having multiple chapters to help find events for these players is really integral, and like you love to see the community start to grow, not only online but in person as well. And you never know, we might see some crazy things going on for both these teams. So maybe in the future. So I'm excited to see what we got going.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely something you can see. A lot of these teams have a lot of talented player and potential here. We are going to be locking into another map mode here real quick here, and I'm curious to see if the Charger will stay, because if you ask me, like, if you're going to put a weapon in Turf War, the Charger's the last thing I personally think that's going to be happening here as well. So I think if it comes out in the modes that it's stronger in, Spicy, we might be in for a nice show.
Oh, for sure, yeah, and that's exciting, honestly, to hear that going on. Turns out O'Day was the one who was able to get that first game. Bit of a mishap on the colors, but that happens sometimes. But regardless, this set has already proven to be close. Going into game 2 as well, a lot to see going on now. Really excited to see what we have from both these teams. Really wondering about the weapons, as you've been mentioning. Like, what are the ones we're going to be seeing going into Rainmaker now? So, what do we got going from both of these teams? Okay, you know what? Sword and bow, the new weapons that came with this game are coming back here out to play here, represented on opposite sides here, and it's going to be on a mode as fluid as Rainmaker, where that fish needs to be gone all the way from one checkpoint to the next, and as you slowly get up there, you're going to have to fight an uphill battle, both figuratively and literally, to be able to win this mode, Spicy. Oh, for sure, yeah, and you're watching Lake Stevens with a great pick from their Tri-Slosher, make that a double, and that's some great pressure on. They had the Tacticore as well, able to find a level going up top, actually being able to scout out where the enemy team is, and you see them having the Tacticore. It looks like they're going left checkpoint here. I don't think anyone from the side of O'Day was prepared for this kind of move, and that was actually going to bode very well for Lake Stevens here.
Oh my goodness, Lake Stevens quickly getting that first checkpoint, hardly down in just a minute here, slowly setting up here. They got a Bazooka online here, looking for these picks here. They do get the Rainmaker pop, but you're going to have to get through that sword and carry the fish even further here. Oh, you're going to be being chipped really heavily, and you're going to have to retreat, but you get the kill anyway, Spicy!
That bomb was insanely clutch, coming in from long range, no one being able to pick that out, and that was a huge pick here from Lake Stevens, who has the lead and has the checkpoint, which is incredibly important in the long-term part of this game. And you see them just trying to keep O'Day stuck in that top left bunker. Not really much they're able to do, as they have to force a reset, and that's actually going to be pretty well for Lake Stevens here, as they'll have the numbers advantage.
Oh yeah, for sure. Lake Stevens has a lot of advantages going on with their comp right now. I gotta point out the Wellstring being so powerful, capping the Rainmaker shield, as well as bringing out the hammer. It is hammer time out here. They are ready to play. But wait, the Tri-Slosher already got picked right here. We have an NZAP sneaking up on the side of O'Dea as well. And things are moving fast and furious, but the fish is gonna have to drop down. And unfortunately, the movement is limited here because you don't have to pay, but you still win it at the end of the day, Spicy.
That was insanity. The fact that they were able to find that pick with their backs against the wall, basically pinched into that position. But you see them able to make some points off of here, and Lake Stevens is having an opportunity to keep this push going. It's only the NZAP online as you take that push all the way to the 16, and that's a monstrous move from Lake Stevens here.
A monstrous move indeed. Getting it down to 16 is nearly a game-winning push, putting O'Dea in an awkward situation here where they need to nearly get a knockout here, but they're struggling to just get back into mid here. It just seems like every opportunity they try to come back in, there's always some member of Lake Stevens ready and watching in these drops here and ready to pick up this fish. Another one from the top. Let's see if they can push this Rainmaker here further, Spicy.
Yeah, let's see if they're able to push it indeed. You see the Tactical on top, and that's actually a beautiful play here as well. You have now this kind of buffs just for the movement, and so strong in Rainmaker, especially as you're watching them try to move around. Getting past this Clash Buster, you're going to see them not be able to make it out. County Diggy is going to be able to stop that push, at least for now, but still a numbers advantage from the side of Lake Stevens briefly. They pop the bubble. One member up from the side of O'Day, and you see them trying to sneak back right by as Lake Stevens extends the push all the way to the 5.
Oh my goodness, getting all the way down to 5 here. You're just putting a nail in the coffin, basically. Now you only have 2 minutes here if you're Odea. You have essentially a gigantic mountain to climb here. You do have the Tactical, you do have your presence, you do have your team fear, you do manage to get a pick. At least you'll be respawning faster, but Zmiziak on the well string there just is able to put a lot of pressure, but it's not going to be enough with the sword trading out and a wipeout happening, Spicy.
Yeah, and a wipe is powerful here if you are O'Day. Trying to stall it out, I guess, for a few moments just to make sure they have a push. You saw the Trizuka in play from the side of Lake Stevens, and now that's a great moment from Lake Stevens being able to stop the push before anything is able to happen, and I'm gonna translate that into a wipeout and have the Rainmaker back into possession, trying to put the final daggers into this game.
Oh yeah, for sure. The final daggers, indeed. It's now a minute here. You still are going to be able to just push him back and just prevent any chance of that Rainmaker going for it. You're going to have to carry that thing all the way from your spawn to the enemy spawn if it does end up in this situation, which it seems like the members of Lake Stevens are aware of. They're putting so much pressure and so much distance for the Rainmaker to be able to go through. Oh my goodness, the interaction with the Rainmaker shield is going to allow for the final picks there and just keep it up. But no, going down to the Rainmaker shield is going to unfortunately shut down one of the members, putting them back in the spawn, and it's going to be 20 seconds here to run this Rainmaker all the way to that first checkpoint and past 5 if Odea wants a chance of winning this, Spicy.
Yeah, O'Day needs to just force an overtime situation, and Lake Stevens is doing a great job in terms of the defensive end now. You're watching what Hobby's going to be able to do here with this Rainmaker, just trying to stay alive. OT's triggered, one member each side going down, but now it's only the shot from Lake Stevens. They have to get to that checkpoint before getting any more points up here, but you see Ganji now able to be right there. They break through the check, but now it's a matter of can they get this, but now they get wiped out, and that should be it for Lake Stevens to equalize the set at 1 apiece.
Oh my goodness, we are 1-1 apiece, as you said here. Lake Stevens matching O'Day High School point for point here. Now this is quite an interesting situation because essentially you are in this position where, okay, we won game 1, we are capable of winning, but they took a game off us. How can we potentially pick a map mode that favors our weapon so we can potentially come out on top as well? So we are going to be going to zones here. We have a lot of potential options here, Spicy, but I don't know. What are you thinking we might see here?
There's a lot of different options we could definitely be going to from the side of Splat zones, especially when considering that the weapon variety on both of these teams. You have to really think about what kind of options we're going to be seeing, because I'm thinking back now, Hydra Spotling, I imagine that comes back, especially in Splat zones. That painting power is so strong. You get so much value. But another place you're going to be able to get value, especially if you are in the state of Washington, is through Seattle Build PCs. I want to give a quick shout out to them to thank them for their continued support of WSSEA. Seattle Build PCs are the custom PC builders trusted by the pros since 2020. They've been crafting incredible rigs for world famous esports players, content creators with millions of fans, and even developers of your favorite games. Seattle Built wants to work with you to create the perfect PC for your needs whenever you are ready. So if you're looking for a custom built PC by people who care, check out Seattle Built PCs at seattlebuilt.com.
Oh my goodness, I've been eyeing some PCs and some custom built ones, so I might have to head over there and quickly get one built myself here, but I got a match to finish here, Spicy. That's going to be something for me to do later, and I'm looking at the map mode here, and it's going to be Splat Zone's Hagglefish Market, the so-called bread and butter map mode that most people start off sets playing, and that's going to be really, really interesting here, because both these teams have a lot of different weapon variety here, and the beauty of this map is anything can work as long as you put your mind to it and you coordinate with your team.
That's so true. Yeah, coordination is going to be really pivotal. Another matchup I'm going to be looking at here is the backlines from either of these teams, or if we have backlines here, and you know that they both will have it. I remember O'Day, Hobby has played the ZF Splat Charger. Lake Stevens brought out the Hydra Splatling in game 1, and like the glass, the tent is like so powerful in terms of being an anchor, especially because it oversees that entire zone, and it's so hard to break through, especially in a 3v3. So I'm really curious, what is the composition going to be from either side, knowing that there's quite a few options from either team?
Honestly, I could see it going both ways, because having an anchor is not exactly something like that is mandatory on this map, because if we give up our anchor, right, we might have less range and less pressure or over zone in general, but we can be a little bit more mobile. We might have a little bit more paint here. Yeah, sure, ZF is a great weapon at just locking down those line of sights and just nailing anyone who comes near that zone, but hey, it's a little bit weak on the paint output there. And Hydra Splatling, while it does have that range, it is a bit of a sitting duck here and can be obvious to flush out. So I'm curious to see what these teams are going to be bringing to the table. We are looking at this, but the Decapitator is coming out here, Spicy.
Oh, in Dynamo Corners, we're looking at a double shot composition from the side of Lake Stevens, but that Minty Cavitator from the side of O'Day, that stole the show immediately from us. I'm so curious to see how these teams approach it now. We're having that little, like, the faster gameplay, basically, as you mentioned, because of opting to play for like, the kind of the close quarters territory. As you see, O'Day immediately taking control of the zone, losing it right away back, though, and having it once again, seeing how much they're going to be able to do in terms of the painting power, how much they're going to are going to be able to take this lead as a couple members from the side are going down, and really one up from each side.
Oh my goodness, a wipeout already happens here, and the zone is going to be painted over. The Zuka is being used to up this bubble right here. It's quite an interesting move here, because typically you want to save Zuka for going through the anchors on this map and clearing them out, but there are no anchors. It's just fight for fight, blow for blow, weapons coming up into your face and trying to see who comes out on top.
Yeah, and that's, whoa, an insane team fight in the middle here. The zone has been so powerful as Lake Stevens gets wiped out by O'Day. Once again, now trying to work their way through their penalty. They have the couple specials online that were about to be online. And decide they're Minty Cav, and you see Lake Stevens now with some pressure going on here. Tri-strikes, and then Tactical are coming out for them. Their Dynamo's going to be going down, but the Mint goes down from the side of O'Day. A lot of pressure going on so far, but O'Day holding control of the zone, at least for now. The Trizuka from Lake Stevens about to change something up, but this zone, back and forth, back and forth.
Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm watching just a boxing match between these two. Yes. I guess another wipeout happens, because it feels like one of them's going to try and swing once, and then the other one's going to take their turn to take their swings here. But the Tri-Strike's going to pick up another one. Very crucial pick here, delaying them in their spawns here, staggering them further, and now it's going to be opportunity for Lake Stevens to potentially swap the lead here, Spicy.
Yeah, and they can hold on to this lead. That'd be absolutely critical here. You see the crab tank perched up on top glass, and now the lead switches in. Never mind, does not switch in favor of Lake Stevens. O'Day, down to the last point, was able to force a penalty, and now they're trying to work their way through their own here. Lake Stevens, though, also getting quite a lot of pressure. This team fights have been insanity so far. We're not even halfway through this game.
Oh my goodness, Glitch coming in from the middle of a super jump to just dash in with a Decapitator, slicing up that Dino, slicing up that V shot, slicing up that Octo shot as well. They are going absolutely insane with this weapon here, and this is one of the beauties of this weapon. Lots of damage, lots of range, and the ability to one-shot has been being a thorn here in Lake Stevens' side, and they need to find a response here, Spicy.
Yeah, but I'm watching that Trizuka in play online from the side of Lake Stevens. Never mind getting knocked out here, and this is really powerful. It's only one apiece from both sides here. O'Day, Lake Stevens with about 2 minutes left to go, and then there's the end try going down here. This looks like Lake Stevens might be able to finally take control back of the zone once again, force a much-needed penalty onto O'Day, and this is once again now with only 2 minutes left to go here. It's really anyone's game, Neptune.
It can be anyone's game, indeed. A crab tank gets popped here, but Azuka's going to be popped in response here, trying to go after that crab right here. That crab's still not going to be taken down, but hey, you're going to take down the other members as well. And now they're being forced to retreat. You need to regroup. You need to get resources to be able to push this zone. Otherwise, Lake Steven is going to swap this lead and potentially knock out here, Spicy.
Yeah, and you see that Lake Stevens finally gets a hold of the lead here, and each pick is so valuable at this point. You're watching this timer start to tick down to the last 15 for Lake Stevens. Make that the last 10. Only one up from the side of O'Day. One big play is going to have to happen here, but that's not going to be enough as Lake Stevens takes the game.
What a... Oh my goodness, I'm speechless. Like, that was such a clutch factor there from Lake Stevens, being able to shut down O'Day's push right there. And that last second there, I thought for sure we would have had a neutral zone with 1 point remaining, and that big bubbler there just popping out as a gigantic shield that they had to shred through as well could have led to extended game time. But no, just enough paint was on that zone. The Decapitator was not able to paint it over, and that just ended the game right there. Lake Stevens taking game number 3 up 2-1.
And now the question is, really, a lot of pressure starts to fall onto O'Day. Like, okay, the undefeated season's really on the line here. They're down to the last game, and Lake Stevens, their storyline's still here. There's another undefeated team right after the falling short the last time they had this happen. So you never know. There's so much on the line here. We're going to tower control for game 4, and there's definitely quite a lot of options we could be seeing here. Definitely a few familiar ones. And now from the side of O'Day, they have the counter pick. I wonder where they're going to be going here.
Okay, yeah, O'Day does have the counter pick. You are right, Spicy. But here's the thing that like boggles a little bit of my mind here. Now, I'm going to do a bit of a thought experiment here. If I was in O'Day's shoes, right, I've got to think of a map here, you know, something that's good, something that's great for the weapons. What we could take what we learned from Hagglefish zones, right, and see what is working pretty well, and we can reapply it again. So I'm thinking we play a map that is very flat, potentially, right? So the Decapitator has an opportunity to be able to move through, and you have the bubble as well that you can pop on tower to defend yourself from the onslaught of bombs and main weapons that are just firing at it as well. So I'm curious to see if the Decapitator is going to stay after the successful and strong showing it had there.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about your thought experiment. I'm looking at like the available maps available because Hagglefish just got played. We're going to ship shape here. Was wondering if this was going to be one of the options we were going to be seeing, knowing that ship shape has played a lot in terms of tower control lately. And it's like one of those maps where if you can get past one of those certain checkpoints, it becomes really hard to come back from.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That second checkpoint is almost a nail in the coffin, a dagger, if you say, as well. It's just so many opportunities that just lead to that second checkpoint falling, kind of just leads to teams not having enough resources to be able to finish out or be able to stop a push of that caliber as well. But tower control, snowball effect here. It is winter time on Shipshape Cargo Co. So I'm expecting a snowball to be formed here, especially with these teams being as strong as they are. It's a matter of stopping their momentum. They're stopping that snowball from building, so that way you can build your own snowball and roll it down that hill, making it bigger and bigger and knocking out at the end of the day.
That's so true. You're going to want to pay attention to the team fights, especially in this game, going on this mode especially. Because you've seen these teams, when they get an advantage, and there's been quite a few times where either team gets wiped out. You never know here, but it's going to be a matter of seeing who gets those like big moments when they happen, because then that really will determine everything. O'Day is going to either keep this set alive, or Lake Stevens is going to take away the undefeated team. But look at this swap. County going to Splatter, or a double Clash Blaster from Lake Stevens.
I can see it. You know what? Clash Blaster has one of the biggest blast radius, and it's able to cover anyone who's trying to ride that tower. So having not one but two of them to threaten anyone who's trying to ride the tower is going to be definitely huge. But no, it's going to be O'Day already getting the first pick here. The tactical is going to be online in hardly 20 seconds here. They are moving fast here, Spicy.
Yes, but look at that. They're not fast enough as Lake Stevens gets a wipeout, and those wipes are going to be so critical at this point here. Clash Blasters. One other thing you're going to want to point out is that they have double Trizuka online for them here, seeing if they're going to have a chance to get those picks, or at least take away the positioning of O'Day. And this is a lot of great stuff you're seeing from Lake Stevens at this point, already at this next checkpoint. Only one Clash Blaster is left alive here, but it's going to be at least a solid enough push here, and trying to just get these picks, and these Clash Blasters are putting in so much work.
Oh yeah, Clash Blaster is putting in work right here, and this is the worst part, right? When you lose a fight to a Clash Blaster, they're going to move up, they're going to take that space, and more of that AoE damage is going to be more of a factor here. But hey, if you can just shoot them down one at a time like Have here with the Charger, you're going to lead to a wipeout here and start a push of your own here, Spicy.
Yeah, and Glitch, they're watching the scene because they have the tactical core on that tower here, seeing if they can help this team push up. There's one Clash Buster starting to move on up here, and Nishik as well is trying to move around. The lead is gone. Look at this. Never mind, as you see that Lake Stevens once again finds another wipeout here, and only 90 seconds into this game, they have the tactical core online as well from their pencil, which is a great option here to really round out with this comp.
Oh yeah, for sure. The pencils do us everything that these Clash Blasters want. They have that chip damage, they have that paint, they have that oh-so-desired tactical, or the soda that allows you to respawn as well as move around faster as well. The Zuka is going to find one as well, but no, two members of O'Day are going to go down here, and they're going to ride smoothly to the second checkpoint as this roller has forced to wait out here, wait for their teammates, and now the second checkpoint here. This is where we're getting into danger zone, Spicy.
Yes, if they break through this check, it's going to be a huge dagger, but that's a clutch play from O'Day, getting a wipe of their own, and they have the only member left up here now. With this Charger, they're going to have triple strikes coming out soon, and that's going to be pretty helpful here, just to flush out any member of Lake Stevens as they make their way back in. One member going down, that being their N-Zap, and you see these tri-strikes coming out here, just trying to find some space, buy some time. The tower is still going to be in favor of O'Day as they try to make something happen here, but not sure what they're going to be able to do because there's the Trizuka coming out from their side. Lake Stevens is doing a great job of getting so much pressure up, and we're about to hit the 2-minute mark, but really it feels like any team can still win this.
Oh yeah, for sure. Any team can win this here, and I do see the bubble is online on the side of O'Day as well. Never mind, it gets shut down here. It's going to be Glitch attempting to trade out their teammates. Does manage to get another pick right here, but going to have to fight the Clash Blaster that has those gigantic blast radius, and you cannot run away from them, Spicy.
Yeah, Ganji making the most with that Clash Blaster, really optimizing the most out of the AoE, just having so much range, that extended hitbox really doing so well for this team, as Lake Stevens is just being able to buy some time. O'Day has the tower, but if you watch, a lot of those specials are online here. Multiple members going down, Lake Stevens going 2 down in this process. Tactical are online from this on the tower from O'Day. This next push could be huge from them, but now it's a matter of seeing what is Lake Stevens going to do, as watching as this checkpoint is about to break maybe soon, and now seeing it as we approach the last minute with only one member up, and that's a huge defensive hold from Lake Stevens here.
Oh my goodness, denying the checkpoint there by pushing the tower slightly back there. That you're gonna have to break through that checkpoint all over again. And Lake Stevens is trying to secure this dagger here and end the game really quick. Azuka for good measure here, gonna get that wipeout here. And now here's the danger territory. If you're O'Day, you need to get your specials. You need to go, as well as stop these Clash Blasters from running at you, Spicy.
Yeah, and now it's all the stories here on Lake Stevens. One of their members is going to be going down here, but they're approaching the second checkpoint. That's another member going down, and now O'Day has bought some time here, has some life in them. They're not about to let this undefeated season go down just yet. 20 seconds left on the clock here before a potential overtime situation. They have the bubble online as well to help them break through a checkpoint, because they still had to break through that first one. And you're watching here, you watch that Charger going down now. Then there's that second Clash Blaster left standing somewhere here, and this is last chance here. One more push potentially, as we have triggered an overtime situation. Ganji getting shut down right by the tower, and the first checkpoint's finally broken.
Oh my goodness, first checkpoint's it's broken. A cooler is down. You get to trade with this pencil here, but now you're gonna have to deal 2 Clash Blasters. One is already coming from behind, another pincer effect here. Both coming down here. There's a glue up on the tower here with the ends up, but it's not gonna be enough, Spicy. Game number 4, and the Gatch point goes to Lake Stevens High School.
Yeah, Lake Stevens finally doing their job there, being able to take away an undefeated season from O'Day, and that's a huge win for Lake Stevens. They're putting on such a statement win in what has had some insanely close games, really coming down to the wire for a lot of them.
Oh my goodness. I am just nodding in just agreement with just that last play right there done by Lake Stevens here. Okay, yeah, we got the tower all the way down to that checkpoint. Let's use all of that time that we have, right? And just make sure we can secure and make up this final play work at the end of the day. All we need to do is come from one side and then come from the other side. We have double Clash Blasters. Anyone who is riding this tower will be eviscerated in that very moment here, and we can just knock out as well. But Spicy, as amazing as this set was, we cannot be here forever.
Unfortunately, no, and yeah, not everything lasts forever. But that was such a great set. Both these teams have a lot to be happy about. That's a great set to review for both sets. I'm really excited how O'Day responds from this as well. I'm a big proponent of like you would rather lose earlier in the season than like lose when it really matters most. So hey, teams learn from adversity. I'm excited to see what they got here. You saw Lake Stevens do that, having a crushing end to their undefeated run, and then rewriting the script. These teams are tied basically when it comes to the standings, and this season, like, yes, we're near the end of it, but it feels like it's really heating up, and I'm so excited for the rest of the way.
All right, and Spicy, I as much as I don't want to leave here, right, we do have one more game here being played out for the funsies, as I was told here, right? This is something I just always love, the
Yes.
traditional play all 5, right? Even though the set is technically over, you know, you have the set win, right? But you want to play one more game. We love playing Splatoon, and these players obviously agree, and we are going to be bringing it home with Clamblitz Museum. The last game is going to be for fun here, but hey, it could be a good litmus test for both these teams to just feel each other out and see what would have happened if they played on Clamblitz.
Honestly, like, going to Clamblitz Game 5, like, I know it's the playoff format, but Clamblitz Museum for Game 5 in particular, you can tell these teams are definitely using this as an experience to either try something or refine some of the stuff they've been working on. And I love that here, because you can make the play 5, like the playoff 5, however you want it to be. But like these two teams, they're using this like, yeah, we got some busy lives with actually high school stuff, but now we get a chance to play some more. We're all for it. I'm excited to see what we got going in terms of weapons, because sometimes teams are just gonna be like, oh, let's experiment, and some teams are gonna be like, okay, we get to see the mint back. I'm so happy for this now from O'Day. And oh my gosh, holy Clash Blasters.
You know what? I see the vision here, Spicy. As much as it seems a bit crazy, a little strapped for paint here, Clash Blaster was so strong that last game.
Yes.
Let's see what happens if we add a third one into the equation right here. We already have a Clash Blaster on the side of O'Day as well, going down already. It's going to be an onslaught of Clash Blast shots here. You're going to have to find a way to clear them out fast, and Decapitator can definitely be a weapon to accomplish that, Spicy.
Oh yeah, Decap can do so much just being outrange and also just having an extra fighting power, really. And you see that using the bubble to perfect usage there, being able to just use it as like a defensive shield and finding another one. That's an insane double. And now O'Day has the wipeout. They're gonna look to score at this basket here, but oh my gosh, these Lake Stevens Clash Blasters have a lot to say here. They're repeatedly shutting down O'Day, and no one is getting through.
No one is going to get through these giant Clash Blasters that are coming out of these blasters right here. And it's just currently becoming just a little bit of a scrap situation right here, where they're trying to run past these Clash Blasters, but you just can't. One's already trouble enough to try and run through. You try and run through 3, it's going to be even more difficult to near impossible. So you're going to have to clear out these situations here and look for an opportunity. But no! Seeing the block jump here, and traded out by Glitch here, you do have the clams, but you're going to need to get that power all the way online to be able to start scoring here, Spicy.
Yeah, and it's so difficult. Like, Lake Stevens is making the most with this kind of defense, while O'Day has consistently had so many clams, so many scoring opportunities. They have not been able to finally break through. O'Day is having some passing going around. They're splashed at 7, getting shut down right before they were given a chance to score. And this Lake Stevens defense is absolutely suffocating. One more power clam in play from O'Day, but they have to go navigate this maze of Clash Blasters that Lake Stevens has put out.
Oh my goodness. It feels like what was it? O'Day is trying to find a response here. They do have the answers to it, and it's in their specials. However, the timing of those specials need to be timed just right to be able to get through these Clash Blasters here. Because just because you clear them out of mid doesn't mean they'll be back in their spawn, and you're going to have to find a way to fight back here. Oh, but the Splash flanking here and taking down the Clash Blaster as well. They're slowly scooping up the clans. They have just enough. The Clash Blasters are in mid, and the first score of the game goes to O'Day, Spicy.
Yeah, and O'Day finally breaking through, able to add a couple more before getting knocked out here. But now the question is going to be, are they going to be able to get any more here? It doesn't look like they're going to have an easy time towards the basket as it's going to close, but now Lake Stevens has a great opportunity to make a scoring push of their own. You've been seeing them play defense this entire game so far, but now it's a matter of seeing, can they get a chance to score here and really equalize this game, maybe even take the lead. That Crab Tank putting up so much work on defense, and that was so pivotal, but now one member up from each side, and this is the last 2 minutes are going to be absolutely electric.
Oh yeah, electric indeed, especially since we just saw two specials clashing right here and trading out the exact members that each of them got here as well. The Clash Bash is going to get that direct, shutting down another member of O'Day. They have the power clam online. More clams are on the way as well. But no, you're going to shut down another O'Day member. The defense is not going to be as strong here as well, but no way the Decap's going to sweep in for another kill here. We do have a Clash Blaster here trying to play defense here as well. One way you're going to get hit by a Clash Blaster on either side, but the lead's going to get swapped here, Spicy.
Yeah, it's a 2 clam difference here with 90 seconds to go. It doesn't look like Stevens has any more clams ready to keep this lead going. So this is going to give O'Day at least a pity clam here. They have also one built up, but you've seen it time and time again. Lake Stevens' defense has been holding strong. They have 2 power clams now from the side of O'Day. They're rushing through this rapidly. You see they get picked out as Lake Stevens still holding strong on defense, and that's just been the name of their game for them this entire Game 5 on Clam Blitz.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just the defense is so strong. The AoEs are covering everywhere. Another wipeout here, and another ball is going to be created just immediately. We do have more claims on the way here, but you're going to have to pick out the other members here. The Decap tries to swing for one, but unfortunately goes down to the Zuka. We might have another wipeout here. We do, and more claims are just going to be funneled in here further and further, Spicy.
And that was beautiful transition from defense to offense as Lake Stevens is not letting up at this point here. They have 3 more clams available if they want to be able to add to this lead, but now with 20 seconds left to go, there's gotta be something big from O'Day that needs to happen. They have the pity clam in the back, but they're gonna need to figure out a way just to get towards the basket as Lake Stevens, all members are up. A lot of them are positioned in mid. Watching this decap duel, getting able to take out the one Clash Blaster. There's another Clash Blaster going down, and this means we've triggered overtime as O'Day has a shot at life still. It's a matter of seeing, can their Splash make it all the way in time to get over towards that basket, because otherwise this game's about to end. It's a matter of, can they get there in time, and are in Crab Tank.
They do have a Crab Tank here, giving the covering fire here, but you're going to need to climb this block here, and you're stuck in the Crab Tank form. You need to be able to score, but you can't! A Clash Blaster sneaks up on you, shutting down your Crab, and any chance of you getting that push right here. Lake Stevens going to win this friendly play all 5 set match right here.
And doing with Clash Blasters, I can't believe we're actually at the point where these Clash Blasters feel like the MVP of the game. Like, it's been... Like, not just in this Game 5 where we are to play all Game 5 where we have the Clash Blasters, but realistically, these Clash Blasters have put in a lot of work. And not even just in this game, this matchup, but I feel like it's been a recurring theme where Clash Blasters gotten so much value in WSSEA, and that's such a cool thing to see. A weapon which isn't typically seen like across really any level of play gets its time to shine here at WSSEA, and like, I've been loving that about this scene so far, and like, I'm excited with like a couple weeks left to go. Maybe we'll see some more things going that way too.
Yeah, we do have a couple more weeks to go, and I love seeing just what these high schoolers are cooking right here. And the triple Clash Blaster comp is something that I definitely have to note down on the menu next time I see these players playing here as well. But Spicy, we can't be here forever here. Let's quickly plug ourselves here so we can end off the stream here, and also talk about WSSEA Esports as well. Before we end off, I do want to mention we do have Overwatch 2 tomorrow tomorrow around the same time as well. So if you are interested in more team shooters, more chaos, more crazy concepts and ways these high school teams are playing around each other and finding ways to just think outside the box, definitely tune in tomorrow, 4 p.m. PT as well. But Spicy, where can the fine people of Twitch find you?
You can find me on different socials at 2SpicyBM, as you see in the bottom left corner of my little box. And you can also find me on Twitch, streaming at twitch.tv/spicy_BM. Absolutely a pleasure getting to do this again with you, Neptune. Where can these great people find you?
You can find me on both Twitter and Twitch at Neptune with an underscore at the end there and a 2 instead of a TU. I'm both on Twitter or Twitch. I've been lurking around in the Splatoon community a little bit. If you do see me, come say hi. I don't bite. And I do help manage stuff for the collegiate scene of Splatoon as well. So if these high schoolers are listening in and they want to get into collegiate Splatoon, reach out, look out for CCA, and I'll see you guys next time as well. This has been such a pleasure casting it with you, Spicy. What a game.